There we go. Move my chair. So I think we might start. Shall we start on the roller today? Give ourselves a little bit of a massage for Christmas. Yes? So I can't believe I'm standing here recording this. Oh dear. So first of all, just get your roller. Oh no, let's do it. We forgot. Start. Well, this is going to end bad. It's going to be bad today, isn't it? Get your spiky ball. Let's do your feet because the feet's important. So just have a little massage through your spiky ball. And really press down through the feet. Wiggle the toes. And then just come on to the heel. Press the heel down onto the ball and just give it just as much pressure as you can stand, really, because you're trying to just get those muscles and get the blood flow going into the feet. Really warming those feet up. And then curve the foot over the ball so your toes are onto the mat and the heel is onto the mat, if you can. And then from there, just pop that foot onto the floor. And it should feel different to the other one. And then swap over to the other side. Oh, this one's tickling. I don't know why that is. Oh. Good. So for those of you who didn't hear the joke that Peter made, when my Wi-Fi went a bit funny, he said it was my aerials from my antlers weren't working. And then Trevor said that his Christmas tree is seriously playing havoc with Wi-Fi. I hope you're not doing, actually, Trevor, I hope you're not doing what that couple in Wales was doing, is it? Where they put Good Morning TV on every morning and fused everybody's Wi-Fi or something. And it took them 6 months to realise what they were doing. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe every time you put your Christmas tree on, you're fusing, fusing the rest of King's End Road. Now, from there, pop the ball down. It's quite funny when you can't answer that. Put your feet flat on the mat, okay? And then we're just going to come up onto our toes, come back down and take the toes off the floor and roll back onto the heels, onto the toes, and then the heels, and onto the toes. Now, I'm letting my heels go out there. So what I'm trying to do is try and keep the heels the same distance apart. Really working through those feet. Good. And then from here, just come onto the outer edges of your feet. Roll out to the outer edges. And then onto the inside. And then the outer edges come off. So we're just rolling out and in. And out. And in and out. Good. And then just bring those toes towards you. So your feet on the mat, you're going to create an arch in your foot there as you curl the toes over. Just do that. Fab. And then from here, just come down, bend your knees, take your knees over your toes, and then go from side to side. So your knees are over your toes. If you don't like that, stop doing it. It hurts your knees. Other than that, you're just going to keep bending those knees till you get a big stretch on those calves. This t-shirt does wonders for you, doesn't it? It really makes you, it's very matching, I feel. And then back up. And then from there, heels together, bend your knees. Then squeeze those legs together, float onto your toes, keeping your heels together, bend your knees, floating, and bend your knees, and floating. I wonder how people would be able to access me on YouTube. Santa does Pilates, I don't know. And up there. And then from here, with the feet together, try and keep the heels together, tighten those legs, tighten the buttocks, and then up. Keeping those heels together, so you're really squeezing everything, coming up onto your toes. And then from there, just take a breath and nod the chin and slowly peel down. Good. You're just going to let yourself peel over and then peel back up. Excellent. And breathing in, peeling over, and then peeling back up. Keeping your legs together if you can, and one more, peeling over. Fab. Then just a bit of balance, going to float one leg into tabletop, take the foot out to the side, touch it down, bring it up to the top into tabletop and touch it down at the front. So we're up and out and up, oh she said, and down and up to the side, up and down. Good. Well, a couple more. Up to the side, up and down and up to the side and up and down. Good. Really lots of balance there. From there, feet flat on the mat, foot flat on the mat. Good. Lengthen out of this leg, then up again, and we're going to go out. Pull those tummy muscles in. Yo ho ho, pull those tummies in. And out, and back, and out, and back, and out. There we go. And last one. Good. Well, then from here, taking the legs wider than hip distance and just circling. Good. And then from here, just allow your body to peel forward. So you peel your head forward, shoulders, and then just allow your body to relax. So you're just going to have your hands relaxed on the mat or away from the mat, depending upon how stretchy you are. Stretch out through the back of those legs. Take your hands onto your ankles and just hold there and just hold your position. At this point, make sure your tummy muscles are drawn in and you really are reaching your bottom to the ceiling. Now, if you make small little movements from side to side, just sending your bottom gently from side to side, but also reaching the bottom to the ceiling, you should get a little bit more pull on the legs and on the bottom. Good. And then from here, very slowly, bend your knees, allow yourself to slowly peel back up. And there we go. Grab your mat, grab your roller, and we'll have a little roll around on it to loosen up the muscles. So, in fact, if you lie down, just so that you can feel the difference, if you lie down, we'll just do a bit of stretching without the roller. So you're going to have your lie flat on the mat and just feel how you feel. Okay, what's on the mat? How much contact have you got with the mat? Yeah, and then from there, just with your knees bent, just roll your knees from side to side. And then, so if you were to just tip your pubic bone forward and back, you can feel the movement you've got there. And you can feel just how much connection you have with the mat. And how your shoulders feel. Okay, so now the idea is that when you go onto the roller, and we do this, have a little roll around on it, you should feel a lot more connection with the mat and therefore be able to do the exercises even better than before. So you're going to lie down, lift your bottom up and roll your roller under it. Roll your roller under your bottom. Now again, so it's quite high up on the bottom. So not your coccyx, not your tailbone, it's just higher than that. So it's probably, so you've got your waist here, and I'd say the bottom of your buttocks, just somewhere in the middle. Pull your tummy muscles in, and then if you can, float both legs. But don't worry if you can't, just keep one leg down, okay? Hold onto your roller there, just for safety, so it doesn't fall away, and then just roll gently from side to side. Okay, and what I'm doing here is I'm side to side, but then I'm also rotating my knees. But make sure it doesn't hurt your back. So I'm doing a little circle with my kneecaps. but I'm also going from side to side. And then just bring them back up and then just roll as far over as you can. Ooh, don't get any tension. Just roll that out. A little bit there. And then back. So if you have got tension, you don't have to do much about that other than just maybe just hold it. Yeah, and then you might notice that the tension just disappears. Or then it can take a little bit more movement, and then that just disappears. Now pop one foot down, make sure your roller's under you, and you're going to bring your knee, one that's in tabletop, in towards you and stretch your other one out. So you may be able to get that leg completely straight on the floor. That's fine if you can. And you're going to get a stretch. I'll just show you, I'll just do this one. All the way through the front of the hip there. Put your tummy muscles in as well, and that will make it a little bit, feel it even more. But again, if you're quite stretchy here, you've got looser hip flexors, you may not feel anything. Okay. So you're swapping from side to side. Just do a few seconds on each. Just feel a stretch. Again, try not to arch your back. Think about drawing your tummy muscles in, and then that just makes the stretch a little bit more efficient. Good. And then from here, pop one foot down, followed by the other. Lift your bottom, and then just slip that out there. Then take this to behind you, and we're going to pop it onto your shoulder blades. And so your shoulder blades like two dinner plates, just at the bottom of the shoulder blades. Take your hand, oh, watch my antlers, my antlers. Put my hand behind my head, and I'm just holding on to there. And then I'm just going to kind of embrace the shoulder blade, embrace the roller. Okay, so you're just rolling back, but I'm keeping my head held so that I don't drop my head back.
No, come back, no, like that.
Right, now from here, we're just going to, again, you can lift your bottom up there and then roll up and down. But all the while I'm keeping a hold of my head so that I'm not letting it drop back. And you should feel that on your shoulders. Some of you might really like that. Get as little high as you can, all the way through those shoulder blades. Now, pop it back down where you started from, and then just roll from side to side. And then you're getting your lats and your rhomboids, all massaged. Oh, a couple more times. I don't know, because I haven't got the sound on, you could be actually screaming here at me. And now from here, just take your roller out, and hopefully you should feel that you're lying flat on your mat. Feels a bit different, or you might all be saying, what a load of rubbish, Mo. But I found that that is so much better. I get more feeling of my bottom there, so that when I roll through my pelvis, I can really feel my exercise. My shoulders feel a lot more relaxed, and my chest feels more open. I don't know, I hope that feels the same for you. So I'm just hoping. Now, from here, feet and knees together, we're just going to keep the left leg still, drop the knee out, bring it back in, and then swap. And then we're going to drop, keep it, one leg really still. So that stable leg, you push the foot into the mat, try not to let these hips roll around. It's all about the inner thigh and back. Now, soles of the feet together, roll through that pelvis, nice and slow. And then from here, bring those feet back to hip distance, and the bottom, the feet near the bottom. We're going to roll all the way up. We're going to breathe in at the top. Take those arms overhead behind us. Hold that position and then slowly peel down. Good. Take the arms travel. So we're just peeling up, taking our arms overhead. Bottom as high as you can. Don't arch your back. It's all about here, bottom, hamstrings. Try to keep your knees hip distance and then slowly peel down so your arms are traveling back. Or you can keep your arms overhead as you peel down. One more, just one more. Arms over, breathing in, lifting, slowly peeling down and back. Excellent. Grab your big ball and we'll just do some inner thighs.
Oh, yeah. You got it?
Or a padded pad. I mean, if you haven't got a big ball because you've decided that something's gone wrong or the dog's chewed it up, just pop the pad between your knees, as long as it's not too solid, okay? You get the ball, pop it between your knees, and we're just going to roll up. We're going to do a combination. So from here, you're going to have your feet hip distance, your arms relaxed on the mat. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, pull the toe muscles in, tighten those buttocks, and float the legs into tabletop. We're going to touch them down. 1. And then we're going to touch them down again. 2. We're going to come back, and then we're going to pop them down. Then we're going to peel all the way up into a shoulder bridge. We're going to take our arms overhead behind us. And then we're going to squeeze ball with the inner thighs for 10. So I've done 3, so we're on 4. 5. Keep those buttocks up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold there, breathe deeply, slowly peel down. Let those arms travel. When they've traveled, they've touched the floor, you're going to float them. And back down. And float. And back down. And float. And back down. And this one floating. We're going to bring it back down. We're going to peel all the way up. Bring the feet near the bottom. Peel all the way up. Arms overhead. And 10 pulses. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathing deeply, peeling down. Oh, there we go. And arms all the way back. Jolly good. From here, take a deep breath and float those knees. Then we're going to take the ball out. I'm going to pop it between the heels. Okay, so from here, we're in our tabletop. We're going to take a breath. We're going to push those heels to the ceiling. We're going to take those legs away a little bit. We're going to bring them back. And we're going to return to tabletop. So we're in tabletop. We're going to push away. We're going to come back. Bend the knees. Then we're going to push the heels to the ceiling. Take those legs away. Feel that in the tummy. Come back and down. Now remember, you can go as low with it as legs. So you might find you can get all the way there without your back arching or all the way down here, okay? But whatever you do, you don't want to let your back arch. You want to work your tummies. And we just have one more. And up. And pelvic floor works all the time. And then we touch the ball down. Bring it close to your bottom. Okay, so you're just going to hold the ball there as we go up for a shoulder. Take your arms overhead. Big breath at the top there. And slowly peel down. Good. Jolly good. I'm just going to pull this necklace here because I think it may be just about to choke me. Now, from here, you're going to see your feet near your bottom. You're going to take the ball under one foot, okay? So we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to peel up into a shoulder bridge. So you're putting all the effort through the leg that's on the mat. Now, we're going to roll that ball away. and roll it back. We're going to lift those buttocks as high as we can. We're really working the standing leg. Okay, your arms shouldn't really be doing much. Roll away, and we roll, and then we peel down. Good. We then take the ball to the other leg. Bring that foot near the bottom. Uh-oh. Ball control, that's it. Good. Now, we'll take a deep breath. Peel all the way up. Push your bottom on. Roll away and back. Roll away and back. Keep in control. Roll away. Keep pushing up through the buttock. That's it. Through the hip. Tummy held in. And excellent. And peel down. Pop that ball away now. And then from here, just have a little roll around with your legs, just from side to side.
Roll your legs.
Jolly good. While you're doing that, I'm just going to open a window because a family member of mine has put the heating on, and I think I may just about. Yep. Now, this time, woohoo, we're going to grab the roller, and I think we'll have a lie on it and a balance. Okay, so we're going to take the roller. We're going to sit right on the end of it, which is easier said than done.
Are you going to try that or not?
You get on the end, like this.
Right to the end of your mat.
And then all the way down.
Okay.
So you lie your whole head, and obviously my antlers. My antlers are hanging off the end, but that's fine. So you're going to have a roll around here. So you're going to just go tip of the pelvis forward and back. And then just roll gently from side to side. Take the weight. So you can just move the roller underneath you without falling off. Oh, I think one of my antlers has got caught. It's not good, this, is it?
You could do it
now, from here, we're going to take our arms up to the ceiling. And then we're going to draw them overhead behind you. And circle. Good. So you feel those shoulder blades, oh, right by the center, by the way the spine runs, hopefully a little bit stretchy. And of course, now you open your arms, your hands are on the floor, and your chest may feel that it really is a bit tight there. Or again, you're fine, and that's fine. And if it doesn't hurt and it feels great, then that's brilliant. Okay, so you don't have to be in pain. You just have to be aware that if it feels nice and stretchy, jolly good. Ooh, that's it. Just a couple more. Can you feel any cracking and grinding? If you can, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just drink more port for Christmas. It'll be okay. Now, from here, we're going to take both our legs into tabletop. So we're going to take our hands, make sure the palms are facing up so that you're not gripping onto the mat. And then you're going to float your right leg, followed by your left. Okay? Then from here, we're going to take the right leg out as far as we can. We're going to bring it back. Now remember, what you're looking for is complete stability on this roller. So the roller should not be moving about underneath. Okay? We're straight away. Now, can we have the opposite arm? So I'm going to take right leg, left arm. And then we're going to swap over and back. Now, if it's too much, just stick with your legs, or you can stop with the legs and just try the arms. Scissor your arms. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm a bit wobbly today. It's obviously because I haven't had a glass of port yet. Okay. Now, Couple more. Relax. Excellent. Bring those feet together, and they're quite close to the edge of your roller. So your feet and knees are together, and then arms are relaxed, and I want you just to drop the right leg out, bring it back, and then do the left leg. Now, once you've seen whether you can maintain your balance, I want you then to bring both arms off the floor. Okay, so you're taking one leg out. Oh gosh. Out. And you're trying to keep stability.
I do both.
Are you on it? Have you managed to stay? Excellent. Good. And then from here, just relax. Now, take your legs wider than hip distance and take your arms into a star shape, and then from here, pull the tummy muscles in and just think about that spine landing on the mat. And then just roll gently from side to side without falling off. Oh, really big stretch. So you feel like I feel it through the front of my hips, through my arms, my pecs, and then I'm going to bring my arms back down. Good. And then from here, I'm going to gently just roll off the roller. And bring my roller out of the way. And then from here, we're going to do some crisscrosses. So your feet are at hip distance, your knees are hip distance, your hands are behind your head, cradling your head and neck so that you give it some support. Your elbows are nice and relaxed. We're going to take a breath, bring the legs into tabletop one at a time, pulling the tummy muscles in. And then I'm going to take my right elbow over to my left knee, and I'm going to straighten my right leg out. I'm going to come back, I'm going to go over and repeat, side to side. Try not to roll around, as in roll from side to side like this. Try and keep all the work going through the tummy. You're breathing in and again, and we've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into the body. Bring your head relaxed down on the mat. Take your right hand on your right knee, left hand on your left knee, and draw some imaginary circles.
Were you asleep?
There we go. And then reverse.
Just hands on knees and just roll your hips.
Brilliant. Good. Now, take the right leg down. The left leg down, follow the right, then straighten out the legs, take those arms overhead. Reach away. And then from here, bring your arms down. You're going to take a deep breath. Not the chin. Take a deep breath and bend those knees, slide those heels in so they come into tabletop. Not the chin. Take the hands behind the knees and roll up. Good. From here, rolling back down. Let those fingers, spine peel back into this position. Very deep breath and roll up. And pull the tummy muscles in, roll back. And roll up. And 3 more. Peeling down. Roll. And roll. And peeling down nice and slow this time. That's it. And roll. And pull those tummy muscles in. Roll. And roll. Excellent. Then from here, peeling down. Legs in tabletop. Arms to the ceiling. Okay, so this is harder to do. Your double leg stretch, your 4, double leg. So we're here, where arms are in towards the ceiling, your legs and tabletop. We're going to take a deep breath, nod the chin, exhale, come up. Then we're going to take our arms parallel with the floor, push the legs away. Bring the legs back, and as we bring the legs back, we're going to circle them round with our heads up. We're going to push the legs away. We're going to come back. We're going to take those arms up. We're going to circle away. We're going to push the legs away. We're going to come back. We're going to go all the way around. Now, single leg one, we're going to go there and come all the way back. So that's a single leg one. Oops, sorry. And all the way back. Or we can do the double. So whichever one you've chosen,
Oh, jeepers.
you stick with. I'll make this your last one. Good. Hug your knees. Bring your head down, relax. Feet to the mat, and then just roll your knees from side to side. Brilliant. Then from here, roll to the right. Take the right foot and pop it on top of the left knee. And just allow the weight of your right foot to gently press the left knee to the mat. Just focus on there and just take some deep breaths into the nose and out to the mouth. I'll just grab this. So that, there we are. And then we're going to swap over to the other side. So we're going to send the legs to the left. And then we're going to pop the left knee on top of the right. The left foot even on top of the right knee. It helps if I tell you the right thing to do, doesn't it? Excellent. Then from here, take the legs nice and long and just give them a shake. Well, now from here, we're going to, so you can do this with feet down or the feet in tabletop, or the legs in tabletop, sorry, or one leg in tabletop. So either way, you'll get something from it, okay? So if you've got your feet on the floor, this is how it looks. You're just going to come up. We're going to go into a little ab prep, and then from here, we're just going to do 10 pulses, where we're going to go 1, 2, or you can do it with one leg up. 1, 2, or both feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull those toes in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring those feet, hands behind your knees. If you've got both legs up, and roll up. If you haven't, just bring yourself up in anyway. We're going to roll back down again. We're going to take our arms by our side. Then we're going to take them up to the ceiling, and then we're going to single leg stretch. 1, 2. Then we're going to bring our legs to the ceiling, open them wide, bring them back, and then we're going to go 1, 2. Push those heels to the ceiling, open their legs, bring them back, tabletop, and 1, and 2, and straighten, push, open, back, bend, whoops, sorry, and 1. Now, you can do that where you just open one leg out, so you can take one leg up, take it out, bring it back, there, okay? One leg up, bring it out, bring it back, and then off you go into your single leg. But I would like you to do 3 more of whichever you've chosen. So we got there, and we're going 1, 2, and there we go up, open, back, and push 1, and 2, and last one. We're going to go up, ooh, open, there, and back, and 1, and 2, oh, and down. Arms by your side, just like yourself. Roll gently.
Roll from side to side.
Excellent. And then straighten out those legs. Ooh, arms overhead. Big old stretch away. Reach the fingertips. to whatever's behind you and your toes to whatever's in front of you. Now from here, breathe deeply, really let those ribs lift to the ceiling. Feel your back arch away from the mat on big inhale. And then exhale to send the back of the rib cage to the mat and feel your back head towards the mat. Hopefully it may be on it. If it's not, that doesn't matter. It's just the curve of your spine. We're going to lift up again, big old arch. And then gently back on. 2. There we go. From here, bring your arms to your side. And then we're going to gently roll on to one side. Nice and slow. So we're going to start with our elbow. Actually, we'll do a mermaid. Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to have your knee bent at the front there. So the foot runs there. This foot should just be in front of this knee, and this foot here straight back. Now, if you have a knee problem, you might want to depend upon what knee it is. You might want to just make it slightly wider, okay? But whatever you do, make sure that you feel comfortable. Also, if you struggle to sit upright in this position, take a pad and pop it underneath your bottom, and then you feel much more comfortable, okay? Now, from here, I've got my right knee forward here. I want to take my right hand. So if you've got your left knee here in this position, take your left hand, okay? But it should be fairly easy. You can take your right hand to the floor here, and then you're going to take your left arm directly up to the ceiling. And you're going to lift that hand to touch the ceiling, but at the same time, I want you to think about sitting down with your bottom. So it's a big old stretch. Now in that position, hopefully this arm is reasonably straight, this one's straight. I'm then going to ask you to bend the arm that's in contact with the mat and just come over. Now here, this is important, bottom stays on the mat. These fingers here are reaching away. Breathe deeply at that point. And then as you exhale, I want you to take this hand, I want you to take it forward. And then sweep it out in front of you. And then come back up. Okay? So you've got hand on the mat. You're going to lift up. Reach, reach, reach. All the way over. Keep that buttock heavy. Then you're going to take that arm forward slightly. And then stroke it all the way around in front of you and come back up. So we're lifting. Lift, lift, lift. Sorry, over to the side. That looked terrible. And then all the way around. That's it. And then come back. Excellent. Now, keep this hand on the mat. We're going to try and open up this part of the body here. So you're going to have this hand on the mat. You're going to take this arm back up. But this time, you're then going to lean back and reach these fingertips all the way behind me. So I'm reaching now to see if I can try and open my window. So really reaching towards the window. Looking at that.
Look at the hand.
And then from here, I'm then going to take this hand and take it all the way through the gap. Bending my elbow.
And you can step it in.
So you're trying, obviously, to try and keep this bottom down, okay? But obviously at some point, depending upon how much mobility you've got, you may feel that that bottom lifts, okay? But we're trying to go in the opposing direction. So this bit hand goes there, and the bottom wants to sink to the mat. So you're getting a big stretch through your mid-spine. We'll just do one more, lifting up and over, reaching. And then we're going to come all the way back down again. Oh, really reach through. Now from here, take both hands. So as I've got, as I say, my right leg here, my back foot is my left foot. I take my hands round, try and get my hands onto my leg here, okay? So I have a bit of a problem with this knee, so my movement isn't so great, but you're going to have your hands, ideally, look all the way around and get your both hands onto your ankle. So I've got one hand there, I'm going to take my other hand, put it on my hip, and then I'm just going to help myself rotate a bit more. Just look over my shoulder.
Over your shoulder.
And breathe, just breathe there. And all the while, just trying to think about sitting up as straight as you can and just rotating your body. You know, it's like everything, some people can do this, it's simple for them, and other people will struggle. But we've all got bits of us that are a bit looser, a bit easier to move than the others. Now, from there, bring those legs out in front of you. So you're just going to shake them off a little bit. Shake them away. Oh, look. Anyway, and then from here, just flex those feet towards you and point the toes, and then flex and point and flex and point, and then just circle those feet. And then the other way. Jolly good. And then from here, you're going to swap over. So you've got, I've now got my left foot in front and my right foot behind. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, feel both buttocks heavy on the mat. Put my left hand down. I'm going to take my right arm to the ceiling. First of all, I'm going to stretch it up, and then I'm also going to concentrate on sending my bottom down.
That's it.
Okay, so it's a subtle move. So I've stretched up, my bottom is off, then I push my bottom down, and then I'm over. Breathing deeply here, and we'll just do that a couple of times. So you're going to lift up, bottom stays on the mat. You're going to reach over, big old stretch through the ribs. Okay, and then breathe in. As I do that, my left elbow is bending slightly and keeping my bottom down. Then I'm going to take my hand this time, I'm going to take it forward, touch down, and then reach as far forward as I can and come back up. So we're up and over, and we're going to reach and over. Good, and up and over. And lift. Excellent. Now from here, I've got my hand and reaching, I'm going to look behind me. And then I'm coming back. And I'm looking behind me. And I'm coming back. And one more time, look behind. Brill. Now keep this opposite buttock down, take that hand, and then reach through the gap.
Reach to the knee.
And then up. And you can open all the way back again if you want there, and then through. So you just slide through. And back. And through. Good. Now, from there, take your hand, pop it onto, so my right foot is back, so it's my right hand, right foot, and then take my other hand, and then I'm going to rotate round, use my body to rotate, and then sitting as tall as I can, pressing the bottom down, and trying to reach to my other ankle. Now again, depending upon, obviously, sometimes your biodynamics, your length of your arms, your ability to stretch. But this is definitely better on this side for me because my hand is almost reaching my ankle this way. Looking over your shoulder, you're going to breathe in and exhale. Just use your hands to gently press on your body part just to help you rotate a bit more. And there we go. Fab. Excellent. Now, take those legs out in front of you just to give them a little bit of a loosening. So we're here. Wriggle, 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 wriggle. Circle those feet. And just give them a bit of a wiggle. Okay. Now from here, we're going to come off. I've got my block. I'm coming off my block. I'm going to come onto my side now. So we're going to bring our elbow onto the mat, or you can lie down. It's entirely up to you with this one, okay? If you come up onto your elbow, it's a little bit harder because you've got a bit more movement going on, okay? So your bottom knee is bent, your underarm here, your elbows directly underneath your shoulder to give you some support. And then we're looking to have our body as if it's just been slid between two panes of glass. Our body's in the middle. So we're not leaning forward and we're not leaning back. Bottom knee bent, as I say, top leg is now just on the mat with the foot flexed. Pull your tummy muscles in, lift out of your elbow, and we're going to lift. Up and down, straight up and down. Now as we lift, I don't want you to go, I want you to try and keep your body right. As you can see, my antlers are perfectly still, okay? Pull your tummy muscles in, and then this time you're gonna hold it. So my leg is at hip height, I'm just gonna circle it. Now I'm pushing, I'm drawing a circle with the sole of my foot, and I'm constantly reaching my door here with my foot so that my leg feels lengthened out of my hip. This part of the body is staying still, and then now I'm reversing it. Pushing away, lengthen, pull those tummy muscles in. Good. And excellent. Now, from here, taking the leg, you're going to bring it forward. We're going to bring it back. That's all we're going to do for now. We're going to take it forward and bring it back.
Yeah. And then
we're going to bring it forward. This time, you're in this position. This is easier lying down, okay, than it is sitting up. You're here, you're going to lift it. Oh, and bring it back to the start. You're going to take it forward.
Forward.
You're going to lift.
Forward.
And you're going to bring it back.
Bring it
back. In forward. Lift. Ooh. Lifting out your elbow, don't slump, and up. Oh, and lift. Excellent. Take that leg forward now. Just have a little relax. And then from here, take that top arm. In fact, we'll lie down for this one. So you're going to take your top arm out. This leg is forward. The hand is going to slide along the floor in front of you. And then it's going to slide back. And as it slides back, you're then going to bend your elbow and take the back of your hand onto your forehead. You're then going to take that elbow and go all the way back.
Hand on forehead, and
then from here, you're going to take the arm out straight. Reach away. Bring the hand back to the forehead. Roll forward. Touch down on the hand. Slide away. Slide back. Bend the elbow, back of the hand onto the forehead. Stretch back. Arm goes away. Come back. There we go. And one more. Lengthen. All the way back. All the way over. So we're here. Then stretch away. And then back. And slide. Brilliant. From here now, take a hold of the top foot into a quad stretch.
Hold this in a quad stretch.
So I've got my front knee forward. I'm going to bring it back so it's in line with my bottom. Sorry, with my hip, sorry. And then I'm going to try and get both knees together. But whatever you do, you just try and hold that position. Yes. Now, we're going to, so before you go any further, remember which leg you've got in your hand, what leg you've got in your hand, okay? Just so you don't get flummoxed on what leg you're doing next. So you're going to roll back onto your back. You're going to take that leg that you were holding, and now you're going to hold it into a hamstring stretch. Push.
Okay. Lower your back and stick that leg up in the air and hold on to it.
Receiving. Circle. And reverse. Good. And then pop that leg down. Now from here, I'd like you to roll onto your other side. Okay. So we're here. So again, you can do this lying down or with your elbow. up like this. So if you're doing it here, elbow there, elbow directly under the shoulder, tummy muscles held in, and leg nice and long, okay? Flexed, and then we're going to lift and bring it back down, and lift and bring it back down. Lift and lift. Pull those tummy muscles in, reaching out of the elbow, reaching. Good. And then we're going to hold that hip height, hold the leg hip height, and draw circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse it. 1, 2. Pull your tummy muscles in. Reach out of your elbow. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the leg now. Bring it forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. Now we're going to forward and we're going to lift it. Oh, bring it back.
Lift it to come.
And forward. Now, if you're lying down here, that's easier to lift it. Okay, but if you're up here, that leg starts to feel very heavy. And we've got 2 more. Lift and forward and lift. Excellent. And then from here, you're going to set that leg forward. And then you can either come up and look over like that. It's just on this side. And then this time lie down. So your leg is forward. You're going to take this top hand forward. Slide back. Bend our elbow and pop our hand onto our forehead. And then we're going to just send the elbow back and then push the hand away. Bend the elbow, pop the hand back on the forehead, roll back. Push the top hand down onto the bottom arm, push it away. Slide it back, bend the elbow, hand
on your forehead and arm through dog.
stretch away.
And go back.
And back. And reach. And back. Then from here, take this top leg, grab a hold of the ankle, come forward into, bring it there, so it's a quad stretch. Take this bottom leg, bring it back, roughly in line with the hip if you can. If not, just keep that leg doing whatever you can, okay? Just it's all about balance and keep just stretching off the front of your hip. On your quad. If you feel that that's too easy, just bring the leg back a bit, but try not to arch your back. You're always trying to pull your toe muscles in. But in this t-shirt, I look like I've got very few tummy muscles. Yo ho ho. And then from here, stretching out nice and long, roll onto your back, and then take that leg and grab it and just bring it into a hamstring stretch. So you can straighten up, have this leg bent. If you straighten the leg, it makes it harder to do the hamstring stretch.
Yeah.
Pushing up with the sole of the foot. Just hold that there. And then bend the knee. And then we're just going to do some extensions. And then you'll be glad to know it's time for Christmas celebrations. Okay, that's it. Now, from here, just pop your head onto the mat. Oops. Santa, oh, my belly, my belly. That's it. Now, from there, you're going to have your head rested. And simple, tiny move, okay? All we're going to do is just lift our head about an inch and put it back down.
Into trident.
So you just lift your head an inch.
That's it.
So we've got 2 tiny muscles just being activated here just to help you lift your head.
That's good. That is lovely.
Simple. Good for neck tension, this. If you've got a little problem with your neck, just make sure you take the weight of your head. Good. Now this time, we're going to take a breath. We're going to lift our head just that fraction. Then we're going to keep the head exactly still as we then lift our chest. So the head just comes with it. We don't move the head. The head is just on the end of the spine as we extend the spine. We come all the way down. And then we turn the head. So we're going to lift that head, take the weight just for an inch off the mat. Then use your tummy muscles, pull your tummy muscles in, and use your spine to extend and lift. Now we're going to add it into a full cobra. So you're going to lift your head, you're going to start peeling your chest, you pull your tummy muscles away, and then eventually your elbows have to move away from the mat to straighten out those arms. Your head is in the same position, it didn't move, it just stayed very stable in that first position. Now, you're going to start peeling back down. Send your elbows to the mat, all the way down, and then your head returns. So we're going to take the weight of the head for an inch. Now we're going to peel that chest away, the ribs. Now I can't go any further without taking my elbows off the mat. The elbows come off. My head is a beautiful position, my tummy's held in. I'm then going to peel down. As I peel, I send my elbows back to where they came from. And then I peel. If you keep your elbows in a good position, your shoulders will stay in a good position, supporting your thoracic spine, your mid-spine, and it will look lovely. Lovely, look really lovely. And then we're going to peel up. That was terrible, terrible impersonation. And then down, hopefully I didn't offend anybody there. And then from here, you're just going to float both legs nice and long. Bring them back onto the mat. Peel all the way up into a cobra. We're going to come back down. Elbows go down, the rest of the body. Then float the legs. They return, you peel up. So, just reminding you of the breathing. When we get all the way down, we're going to breathe in here. So we can float both the legs on the exhale. Then we're going to breathe in here. And then we're going to peel up. Okay, you can breathe in here. And peel down. The more inhalations and the exhalations you take, the actual slower, it slows the exercise down. Last one. Now from here, very, very slowly, bring your hands back into your body. We're going to peel all the way up through the front of the body. Then pull the tummy muscles in, sending the bottom back. Stretch out the arms in front of you. Then come up onto all fours into a cat stretch. All the way up. And all the way down. And all the way up. Then from there, just a little, just a side to side cat stretch. You're going to go up in the middle and then down back in the center there, and then up on the outer edge, up all the way through the center, up on the outer edge, and down. Just loosen up. So it almost feels like you're doing a hula dance whilst in a cat stretch position. Good. Keep the legs wider than hip distance and just stretch out. And from here, you're going to bring yourself up into standing. So any way you want. I'm just going to tuck my toes, bring my hands close to my knees, roll back onto my feet. Then I'm going to send my bottom to the ceiling and very slowly peel back up. From here, I'm going to stand with my feet hip distance, tummy held in, chest open, arms by your side. Take a big breath in. I'm sorry, I can't take, I'm looking at myself now, I can't take myself seriously. I'm going to take my arms round. Not that I generally take myself too seriously anyway, but arms out. Oh, yo ho ho, one more. And we go. And then finally, hands on the hips. Just a hoolering snowman with reindeer antlers. And then side to side, loosen up. A little bit of woo, and a bit more. And then from here, roll the shoulders. Excellent. And thank you very much. And Merry Christmas. There we go. Da, 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 da. I'll just turn the recording off. Ooh, I'm doing a Gary Barlow here. Can't see my mouse.